If you can't find your way, are you stuck on a mountainside? If you swam out a bit too far, are you caught in a snowy slide? Send for the searchers, they'll hear you call. Here come the search and rescue heroes, the bravest bunch of all. You'll be glad you heard about them. Give a whistle, give a yell. You may never need them, but never doubt them. The heroes that serve so well, they're the heroes that serve so well. Send for the searchers, they'll hear you call. Here come the search and rescue heroes, the bravest bunch of all.
This doesn't look like the way we came, does it?
You said it was a shortcut to get back to where we started. We're not even on a trail. I think we're lost.
We're not lost, we're just turned around. Besides, our parents said to be back at the campsite by 5 o'clock. That's still over a half hour away.
I'm hungry. I wish we brought something to eat.
Come on, let's go this way.
No, let's stay in the sun. I'm getting cold. I wish I brought my jacket.
Come on. Hope this is the right way.
Oh, hey, kids, hold on a minute. Isn't this a magnificent tree?
Where did you come from?
Who are you?
I'm Hard Hat Harry, the magical tree climbing genie.
Sure, we know you from your videos. Hey, where'd he...
Hello. Wow, this tree is even better from this angle. I love trees. Now, what were we saying?
Hard Hat Harry, how did you find us?
Well, whenever I go into the mountain, I bring my supplies. Maybe it was my compass. No. Maybe it was my energy snacks. Yeah. No. How about my whistle?
I don't think so.
No, I guess not. Well, it must have been my genie magic. You see, my genie senses tell me when kids need a little help and are ready for a big adventure.
Sure. An adventure in what?
Well, let's say you're in the mountains and you get turned around. Or should I say lost?
We are.
We still have time.
Well, but let's say I hadn't found you yet and you hadn't found your way out. Who do you think they'd call to help find you?
The forest ranger.
The police?
Right. And then they call the mountain search and rescue team to help find you.
Search and rescue? Really?
Yeah. Hey, I've got an idea.
A magical genie idea?
Of course. Why don't we take an adventure to look at how all different kinds of rescues are made?
Sure. Great.
Okay. Now first, let's start with the mountain search and rescue team. They search for or look for people who are lost or need help in the mountains, and then they rescue them.
Are we really gonna pop out and go somewhere?
Yeah, if you're ready.
Sure. Great.
But first, you have to be dressed for the mountains.
Whoa!
All right, now you're ready.
Mountain search and rescue teams, which are part of the LA Sheriff's Department, work out of stations such as this. When a call comes in and reports that someone is lost, this is the place that puts the team into action. The team captain pages the team members and sends them the message, and about a dozen or so men and women team members respond. They need that many team members to search an area quickly and to back each other up. This is a mobile command post.
Can we go inside this command post?
Right this way.
It contains whatever communication equipment the team could need: walkie-talkies, radar, and ham radios. The team captain stays in contact with the rescue teams throughout the search and rescue. Each search and rescue team member brings along their own supplies, which we'll see later.
It looks like there are a lot of maps.
Maps are essential. To find lost people, the rescuers must know the mountains and its trails and its many access roads.
Also important is the DF unit. This unit picks up signals from an emergency locator transmitter located in an airplane. The DF unit makes it possible to locate an airplane which may have gone down in the mountains.
I say we go see a team in action. Then we will see how all this equipment is put to use. How about it?
A real-life search and rescue team?
Yep.
Let's go.
Now, here we are. You know, it would have been easier for the search and rescue team to find the lost teenagers if the teenagers would have signaled for help.
Well, how could they signal for help?
Well, they could have called out for help, or better yet, they could have saved energy by blowing their whistle. Or they could have used their metal reflective mirrors.
Like this?
Exactly. Or at night by using their flashlights.
Oh.
Now, do you think if you're tired or you get lost or you get turned around that you should keep walking?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, actually the answer is to find a relatively clear spot in an area where you are and hug a tree. But seriously, stay put if you're lost. It's much easier for the search and rescue team to find you. Hey, there's a search and rescue team up there. Team members can search for lost people from the ground or from a helicopter. Once the people are found, often the search and rescue helicopter brings in team members to remote spots like this. The team usually likes to arrive on the scene from above and to the side. This way they can observe the area and they can more easily set up their rope systems.
They look kind of scary with those goggles and helmets.
Well, I guess all that equipment does make them look kind of scary, but it's nothing to be frightened of. You see, that equipment is what keeps the rescuers safe. Our search and rescue teams are heroes for the people they save.
What are they doing now?
The search and rescue team is making a rope system. In search and rescue talk, we call the rope system a belay. Now with the ropes, the carabiners, which are those metal snaps, the pulleys, and their eye sacks, which they use like a hammer, with all of these, they make rope systems, or belays, to rappel down the cliff or traverse across a stream to get to lost people and to get them to safety. Oh. Hey, I'm Hard Hat Harry, and these are my friends, Michael and Carolyn.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. I'm Rick. I'm looking for two teenage kids, a boy and a girl. Both are wearing green caps, baseball caps. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't.
Neither have we.
No? Well, I guess I'll just have to keep on looking.
What's that?
This is my GPS. It's a global positioning system. It tracks satellites.
In outer space?
Yes, in outer space. This unit picks up the satellites that are flying over above us, and it will tell me exactly where we are standing right now, and then I can radio this back to my command post, where they will take the numbers that I get off this GPS, and they can read on their maps, and they'll know exactly where we're standing, how high in the mountains we are, and where we are.
That GPS, or global positioning system, is a pretty nifty piece of equipment.
That it is. It is a great piece of equipment. It saves a lot of lives, and it saves a lot of time, because we can find, we can bring helicopters or other equipment that's needed, medical equipment, to an important scene very quickly.
Well, maybe we should let you go find those lost teenagers.
Well, thank you. I better call over to my partner, Jean, and have her radio on that you aren't the ones we're looking for. It was nice meeting you folks. Good luck and enjoy your stay out here. These are great mountains, and I better continue searching for the ones we're looking for.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Rick is cool.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask Rick what happens if he finds a lost person who is injured.
Well, all search and rescue teams are trained in first aid, and they all carry first aid supplies, a portable oxygen tank for high elevation and extreme elevation changes, and a stretcher or litter which transports an injured person to safety.
Wow, do you think one of the teenagers is in that litter?
Yep, that helicopter is hoisting up the lost or injured person. Sometimes that's the quickest way to get out of the mountains and to a hospital. And sometimes an injured person is rolled down a mountain on a fold-out litter with an attachable wheel. Hey, check this out, another rescuer. Hey, Pooch, you can tell my friends all about search and rescue dogs like yourself. You helped find those lost teenagers, didn't you, huh? Good doggy, yeah, good doggy. Hi, I'm Hard Hat Harry.
Well, I'm Cindy Clark, and this is Trooper. We're with the LA Sheriff's Search Team.
Hi, Trooper. So kids, handlers like Cindy and their search and rescue dogs are very helpful in finding lost or injured people. Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we see this dog in action? Why don't you guys hide and we'll see if he can find you?
Sounds fun.
Okay? All right, go hide.
Okay.
Go. Okay, you guys. Gotta go find them. Gotta find them. Where are they going? Where are they hiding?
I'm gonna go hide behind this big rock.
And Cindy, this is a tuna sandwich, right? So if he finds them, this is his reward.
Right.
And if he doesn't, I get to eat it. Okay.
Trooper, here. Michael, let's go find. Oh, Caroline. Let's find Caroline first, okay? Where?
Here he goes. Oh my. Where's he going? Here he goes. Oh, he found her. Yay.
Please tell me.
Yes, he's a good boy. What a good find.
Okay, Trooper. Now let's see if you can find Michael. Oh, yeah, well, ooh, let's try again. Here, smell that. Go find Michael. Go find him. Okay, Trooper, see if you can find him. We're getting close. We're getting hot. We're getting hot. Come on, Carolyn. Woo!
He got it.
Hey, he found you.
Found me.
All right, and another tuna sandwich.
Find her.
Look at how
I'm gonna
hungry
give
he
you
is.
some tuna sandwich. Here you go.
Good dog.
Good job.
Okay, Cindy, thanks for showing us how to search and rescue for a lost person with your friend Trooper here.
Yeah.
You're sure welcome.
Okay.
And, thanks for helping train him.
All right, we'll see you later.
Thank
Hope we
you.
never have to go hunt you out on the trail. Stay safe.
Okay, we will. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Trooper.
Bye, Trooper.
Bye.
Bye, Trooper. Search and rescue dogs are heroes, too.
You better believe it.
I'm really thirsty.
How about some water?
Yes, and plenty of it.
Plenty of it? Hey, was this the water you had in mind?
No, not really.
Well, let me try again. Ah, there, that's better. You know, all of this water reminds me of the search and rescues that occur around water, like lakes and oceans and rivers. Hey, look into your glasses and you'll see all the vehicles and equipment of the Coast Guard. They have their patrol boats that patrol the waters routinely, keeping a lookout for boats or swimmers in trouble. And then they have their cutters.
Cutters?
They call these boats cutters because they cut through the water quite quickly. And here are their ships that can cut through ice, called icebreaker ships. The Coast Guard also has helicopters. Some helicopters can take off from boats and hover over the water.
That's outrageous.
And of course, the Coast Guard has life rafts and life rings to rescue people whose boat has sunk or capsized. And the Coast Guard has sophisticated radar systems to keep track of just where all boats are.
Wow, the Coast Guard's very busy.
Besides all of their other work, they do thousands of rescues a year. Not only when boats are sinking or capsized, but they help out if a hiker is stuck on a cliff over the water.
If there's water involved, is the Coast Guard always involved?
Well, most of the time, but sometimes lifeguards are involved in water rescues. Hey! Oh, cowabunga! Let's go to the beach. Wait a minute. Woohoo!
Yeah! The boogie board, we're set.
All right, let's catch that wave. Lifeguards carefully watch all the swimmers and beachgoers to make sure everyone is safe. And in the water, the lifeguard swims out with a life buoy, but sometimes a lifeguard uses a dory or a boat with oars to rescue a swimmer in trouble.
Do lifeguards really save lives?
Yes, they do. By helping swimmers in trouble and also even people who get sick on the beach. Lifeguards know first aid just like ambulance drivers, but we'll discuss that later. First, I'd like to ride that wave.
Hard at Harry, shoot in the tube.
He's hanging 10.
Wow, now I feel totally gnarly refreshed, dude and dudettes. Hey, why don't we check out some frozen water rescues?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Oh, well, wait. We're not going to be needing these. All right. Okay, here we go, off to the snow. It's a difficult job to search and rescue in the snow, but these search and rescue team members use their climbing and snow equipment to do the job. They have their snowshoes, their Gore-Tex jackets,
Those funny-looking snow goggles and helmets.
and their ice axes, which this time they use to get a hold of the icy cliffs as they climb.
They use a lot of rope.
Yes, they do. And there goes their helicopter, taking everyone out of the area safe and sound.
Hard hat, Harry?
Uh-huh.
Look over there.
Ooh.
Avalanche!
Oh no, we better snap out of it.
You better hurry.
Oh, to the safety of the city! Whew, that was close. You know, rescues are often necessary after an avalanche. It's a good thing they completed that rescue before the avalanche.
It must be hard to find people after an avalanche.
You better believe it, and that's when rescue dogs really come in handy.
Can they smell for people under the snow?
Well, why don't we take a journey back to the snow and ask an expert? Expert says, definitely yes. Rescue dogs can find a person buried under the snow, and they even can point out where the person's head is, so the handler can help uncover the person right away.
I like search and rescue dogs.
So do I. You know, sometimes a rescue can happen without a search.
What do you mean?
Well, let's say a person's trapped and we know where the person is, but we can't get to him. Then we perform a rescue without the search.
Like in a building?
Right, or in a car. You see, in city or urban search and rescues, we call the fire department. Now, if a person is trapped in a car, the fire department calls out the paramedics. And the paramedics use a hydraulic spreader, or in paramedic talk, the jaws of life, to rescue the person from the car. Well, why don't we take a look? See how the paramedic wears a protective helmet and goggles as he uses the hydraulic spreader or cutter. With this jaws of life, the paramedic cuts through the metal of the car to get to the person safely and as quickly as possible. The first hour after trauma or injury is the most important hour to get an injured person medical attention.
Is that why ambulances drive so fast to the hospital?
Yes, and even more important is for the ambulance to get to the injured person in the first place.
Why?
Well, because ambulance drivers are trained in basic first aid, so they can start the first aid right on the site. Stand back, guys!
So an ambulance driver is more than just a driver?
Oh, definitely. An ambulance driver and his or her partners are EMTs, which are emergency medical technicians, which means they've been trained in basic life support first aid.
What about paramedics?
Well, with more advanced training, an EMT can become a paramedic, and paramedics can still drive an ambulance or work for the fire department.
Look, there's more ambulances.
Ah, check it out.
They were going so fast, I couldn't really see all that much with the lights and sirens.
Yeah, well, then you guys will have to see one in person.
Really? Can we see the inside too?
Sure, I'm a genie. But first, I think you have to put on your genie glasses. Oh, here we are.
Can we look inside?
Well, why don't we ask an ambulance driver?
Whoa, how did I get here? I was just eating my lunch.
Oh, so sorry. You see, my friends and I were wondering what really is inside an ambulance because we were learning all we could about rescue and response. Do you think you could show us?
Sure, no problem. Come around back and I'll show you.
Woo, let's go.
Yeah.
What do I do with my cookies?
Are you an EMT or a paramedic?
I'm a paramedic. Let me show you my ambulance.
Wow, that's a lot of equipment, Mr. Paramedic.
You can call me John, and you're right.
So, John, can you show us some of the equipment?
Sure, let me show you. This is our cardiac monitor. This is what we use to see the electrical activity of people's hearts. Would you like me to hook you up on it?
Yeah, cool, yeah.
All right. What we need to do is put the patches onto your skin. So you go ahead and put this one down here on your belly, and I'll help you out. I'll put this one up here underneath your shirt. What this is the patches help so that we can measure the electrical activity of your heart by the electrical impulses going through to the machine. The beep you hear is your heart rate, and right here is the electrical activity of your heart.
Whoa. Wow.
Hey, it looks pretty good, Harry. Would you like to have a strip of your electrical activity of your heart, Harry?
Yeah.
Hey, it looks pretty good.
So this is my heart monitor right here.
That's what it is. That's what your heart's doing right now at this time.
You know what, guys?
What?
I'm alive! Okay, but now that we know I'm alive, why don't we take this off and learn about the different types of equipment?
Sure, sounds good.
Okay, let's see. We just take this off.
We'll just take it right on off.
Okay, let's see.
Oh.
There must be an easier way.
Sometimes they pull.
Oh, there you go, John.
Do you see anything else you recognize?
There's a stretcher, and here's the stethoscope. The pediatrician checks my heart with this.
Oh, cool. Let me see. Let me listen. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, hurry! Call 911!
Harry, I am 911.
There's a device I've seen before at the hospital when my uncle was given medicine.
That's an IV bag. We use this to give medications or fluids intravenously or through a vein.
Hey, there's an oxygen tank.
Portable oxygen tanks help people with their breathing.
Is that a two-way radio?
Yes, it is. Paramedics need to be in constant radio communication with medical personnel at a hospital. Well, you guys have to excuse me. I have some reports to file.
Oh, don't forget this, John.
Oh, thanks, Hard Hat Harry.
You're welcome.
Plus, you know, I'm still a little bit hungry.
Oh.
Thanks, Harry. Well, I hope you guys understand a little bit more about ambulances. Take care, guys. See ya.
Bon appetit.
This ambulance is like a hospital on wheels.
Exactly. Oh, and over there is a flying hospital. Let's go check it out. Air ambulances are important because they can transport a patient quickly. And that's important in, remote areas like the mountains and when a car isn't quick enough. Hey, with my genie magic, we can sneak a peek in an air ambulance.
Very high tech.
You betcha. Inside the air ambulance, there is advanced life support equipment, and skilled medical workers ride along and administer any necessary medications or assistance.
Are there any other kind of ambulances?
Oh, sure. Would you like to pop over and see an ambulance for animals?
Definitely.
Okay. This ambulance is for horses. Primarily, these equine ambulances, or horse ambulances, are used at racetracks. They safely transport the injured animal to an animal hospital.
Whew, feels like we've been flying.
Where are we now?
Well, why don't we take a walk and I'll explain. Now, so far, the people you've met who search and rescue and respond to emergencies are people who work for the fire department or the sheriff's department or the Coast Guard.
Or lifeguards.
Or the paramedics or EMTs who drive ambulances?
Right, but there are still other people who respond to emergencies like home fires or hurricanes who do so as volunteers.
You mean they work for free?
Yeah, they're volunteers for the American Red Cross.
The Red Cross? I've heard of that.
You have? Well, here we are, a local chapter of the American Red Cross. Now notice how the red cross on a sea of white is the inverse of the Swiss flag, which is a white cross on a sea of red. You see, the Red Cross was started in Switzerland. The American Red Cross helps people of all races and religions and ages. And it's not a government agency. It's a nonprofit group financed by the generosity of the American people.
Cool.
Well, why don't we take a few quick trips across the country to see the American Red Cross in action? Ready?
Ready.
Hey, Jack, it's looking pretty good.
It's Hard Hat Harry.
Oh, that's right. Kids, this is an ERV, or Emergency Response Vehicle.
In the Red Cross, we call it a nerve, guys. Want to go see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's check it out. This way, guys.
We open up the door here.
Wow.
Isn't this cool?
Very cool.
Okay, well, this is what we keep our food in when we take it out to the disaster victims. And then down below for the coffee and everything that we give to your parents, we got cream and sugar, all kinds of good things. Then up here, then we got a first aid kit up here. And we use the first aid kit, of course, if somebody gets a cut, after a disaster of some kind.
Ouch.
And back here for our workers, we got a hard hat.
Oh, cool.
You like that? I've got two, so I'm not going to leave you out of it. There you go.
Cool. Well, where's mine?
I've only got two hard hats. You lose.
All right.
At night, when it gets cold, we've got blankets, and we use that when we go out on disasters to keep everybody that's out there that's affected by the disaster warm. It makes a lot of sense, right? Okay, on the back of the earth, we've got what's called a generator. You know what that is, don't you?
Kinda.
Okay, when there's no power when we go out on disasters, we need power to supply phones and coffee makers, things like that. We have a generator that we keep with us. We fire it up, plug everything into it, and that way we've got lights that we can illuminate the area and make it all brighter and give us something to work from. I was glad you guys came to visit me. Come on back anytime.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
That was cool, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to see an herb in action?
Totally. Oh, yeah.
Okay, check this out. In a disaster, a person could lose everything, and the Red Cross supplies emergency shelter, food, and first aid for everyone involved.
Now, do people sleep in herbs?
Good question, but no. Herbs are used to carry supplies to set up other shelters. Well, take a look. Inside the herb, the Red Cross volunteers transport cots, first aid supplies, water and food, and blankets to buildings that become home to hundreds of disaster victims. Like this shelter for victims of an earthquake, or this one which is set up because of floods.
So many people.
That's right. The American Red Cross responds to over 60,000 disasters a year, from fires, big ones and little ones, to tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes and car accidents and plane crashes and all kinds of disasters.
What if there's a tornado or a hurricane and no one can drive anywhere?
The Red Cross has a special vehicle just for those special instances, and it's called a
What?
What are you saying?
a Hummer.
Oh.
Well, let's go take a look. Here's a Hummer, or a high-tech all-terrain vehicle driving over fallen trees and muddy roads in the aftermath of this hurricane. It's equipped with a high-tech satellite phone which can be used to transmit information when land phone lines are down. The Hummer can carry 4 people and up to 2,000 pounds of equipment and tow up to 9,000 pounds.
Heavy duty.
Oh, it's windy. It's time to move on. Ooh, I'm glad we're back.
See, the Red Cross goes everywhere.
And volunteers come from everywhere, but especially the local community that is in need of help.
Can we go inside the Red Cross chapter?
Always. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, who started the Red Cross?
Good question. It was started by a Swiss citizen named Jean-Henri Dunant. Hey, and there's a picture of it.
Wow.
And the American Red Cross was started by Clara Barton in 1881, over 100 years ago.
That's a long time. Here, look, that's a picture of her.
I could be just like Clara Barton.
You can, and so can you, by taking Red Cross water safety and first aid classes, or basic aid training for kids, or in Red Cross talk, we would say BAT.
Dad, huh?
Well, come on, I'll show you.
Yeah.
This is where first aid classes are taught. And this is a first aid instructor, Juan.
Hi.
Hi, Juan.
What's this?
Well, this is Chris Clean and this is Timmy. These are mannequins that help teach students how to learn CPR or cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
For someone who has a heart attack?
Right. These mannequins respond to students who are learning rescue breathing, which Juan will now show us.
Oh, that's cool. Oh my gosh, on me. Whoa.
Red Cross instructors teach this and other first aid techniques, like how to help someone who's choking.
You mean the Heimlich maneuver?
Right.
Can I really sign up for classes? Are we really old enough?
You bet. Kids your age can take BAT or basic aid training classes. And there are even classes available for younger kids and teenagers. And some schools have Red Cross clubs.
Sounds like fun. I'm signing up.
Me too. Come on. Thanks, Juan.
Oh, hey, wait for me!
This information will help Michael and me prepare for, prevent, and cope with disasters.
That's great. Oops! I better get you guys back to the mountain trail. Of course, using my genie magic. Oh, why don't we go in reverse?
Yes, oh yes.
All right. The Red Cross Hummer.
A lifeguard?
A Coast Guard helicopter with an electric hoist.
A belay system.
And the search and rescue team traversing a stream.
An ambulance.
And a helicopter hoisting a litter.
And, of course, the
rescue dogs.
Oops, we're not in reverse anymore. And since we can't always reverse time, especially disasters, thank goodness we have rescue, search, and emergency response volunteers, workers, and vehicles.
Thanks, Hard Hat Harry.
And thank Clara Barton, too.
Thank you, Michael and Carolyn. Oh, I think your home base camp is right over there.
And it's still a few minutes before 5.
Woohoo! Happy trails!
Clara, Michael, is that true?
We're coming!
On our way.
If you can't find your way, are you stuck on a mountainside? If you swam out a bit too far, are you caught in a snowy slide? Send for the searchers, they'll hear you call. Here come the search and rescue heroes, the bravest bunch of all. You'll be glad you heard about them. Give a whistle, give a yell. You may never need them, but never doubt them. The heroes that serve so well, they're the heroes that serve so well. Send for the searchers, they'll hear you call. Here come the search and rescue heroes, the bravest bunch of all. If you can't find your way, are you stuck on a mountainside? If you swam out a bit too far, are you caught in a snowy slide? Send for the searchers, they'll hear you call. Here come the search and rescue heroes, the bravest bunch of all. You'll be glad you heard about them. Give a whistle, give a yell. You may never need them, but never doubt them. The heroes that serve so well, they're the heroes that serve so well. Send for the searchers, they'll hear you call. Here come the search and rescue heroes, the bravest bunch of all. On the mountains, search and rescue. On the highways, EMT. On the waters, US Coast Guard. Or in any emergency, send for the searchers, they'll hear you call. Here come the search and rescue heroes, the bravest bunch of all. If you can't find your way, are you stuck on a mountainside? If you swam out a bit too far, are you caught in a snowy slide? Send